Welcome to another edition of Kiwanis Conversations. My name is John Maihos for the Kiwanis Club of Beverly, and people ask, what is Kiwanis? Kiwanis is a global organization of volunteers dedicated to changing the world one child and one community at a time. This time on Kiwanis Conversations, I'm pleased to have with me some really striving artists. And striving, would that be the right way to say it?
It would be. Yeah.
I'm very pleased to have with me Greg Luzitano. Greg, thank you very much for being with me today. Robert Ringuette, thank you very much for being with me today. And we've got some surprises in today's show. This is not going to be your normal Kiwanis Conversations, so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, as am I.
Yeah. Now, Striving Artists, we had you on last year, and you did a great performance as part of Homecoming, was it? Tell us about that quickly.
That was a different group, but we did do it.
It was Striving Artists.
We did do Shakespeare in the Park last year. Yeah, exactly. And what we did last year was Taming of the Shrew.
Oh, okay.
The year before that was Twelfth Night. We always do it in up here in Beverly, Salem. You know, sometimes a combination of the two. And,
so you don't always do Shakespeare.
Oh, we don't always do Shakespeare throughout the year.
Okay.
But we definitely always do it in the summer.
Yes.
This is our fourth year doing it, Shakespeare in the summer, you know, the reception that we get is always really positive. The people come and check us out. They say, I have no idea what, you know, I don't usually go to this kind of thing, but, you know, a friend was in it, or I saw the poster or something like that.
It's really community.
Absolutely.
People really love it. And this year you're doing another Shakespearean play.
Yes, we are indeed.
And this year it is?
It is A Midsummer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream. And when is it going to be?
That is going to be July 13th and 14th at Hale Farm.
Hale Farm is in Beverly.
Exactly right.
Okay.
And then we take it to a couple of other towns in eastern Massachusetts. The second weekend we do it in Fall River at the Fall River Historical Society. That will be on the 20th and the 21st. And then on the 27th and 28th, we're going to do it at Borderland State Park in Easton. It's
so if somebody misses it in Beverly, they got a long way to travel.
They do.
The message is,
I like to think we're worth
Beverly. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See it in Beverly and then come and see it again the following
See it again.
week.
That's great.
Even better. Yeah.
Now, tell me, Greg, what is your position with Striving Artists?
I'm the artistic director, so I'm sort of, you know.
What does the artistic director do?
The artistic director sort of has the overall vision for what the entire group does. So although I have staff and a board of directors, and we're all involved in the decision making, ultimately, you know, I'm sort of the one who says, okay, and these are the shows that we're definitely going to be doing, and here's what the overall tone is going to be. Here are the people we're going to be working with, that kind of thing. So, you know, and we don't just do theater. We do some short films. We recorded a Christmas album as a fundraiser last year. We have a book, things like that. So, you know, I sort of have to decide what's next.
You really coordinate things.
Exactly. Yeah.
And is it an easy job? Is it forget it. Is it an easy job? Does he do a good job at it?
He does a fantastic job. I know, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, I joined Striving Artists and Greg last year with Taming of the Shrew. Just wanted Theater 411, and they popped up, and it's been a great experience last year and again this year for sure.
What's your role with the company?
I'm going to be playing Oberon.
So you're an actor?
I am an actor.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's the king of the fairies in the show.
Well, I suppose if somebody's going to be king of the fairies,
Absolutely, King Bald Fairy.
There you go.
He had me bick my head for this part. So
I did.
Pure dedication, John.
Exactly. This is right.
Well, normally Kiwanis Conversation has people on who do nonprofit work.
Yes.
And this is community nonprofit work.
Absolutely.
This is not something you guys are going to make big bucks on.
No.
Hope to even break even, right?
The goal every year is to just like make $1 more than we spent. You know, if we do better than that, terrific. But you know, we just rely on donations and ad sales in the program. We have Broker Service Marketing Group is sort of sponsoring us this year. We also we got a grant from the Rogers Foundation. So those different things, you know, throughout the year that you work on to try to raise enough money to be able to put it on.
Well, people give to the arts.
Absolutely. I mean, they do.
And if they wanted to give to your organization somehow, how would they go about it? Do you have a web presence?
Absolutely, yes. We're on strivingartists.org.
Okay.
It's all one word. And there's a section on the drop-down menu that just says like donate or support us.
I'm going to go with that being in the
along
upper
those
right corner.
That would be I'm picturing the browser in my in my mind. So yeah, and there are other ways too. I mean, in some cases, for instance, they can donate and they get the Christmas CD. They can donate and they get our book that has scripts that we've written over the years, because we do a lot of original work as well. And or they can just donate and not expect anything.
Right. Now the performances themselves. If somebody wanted to go down and see Midsummer Night's Dream at the Hale Farm in July, July 13th and 14th, what would they pay?
Oh, nothing.
They'd pay nothing.
It's free.
So you get to see it for nothing. So all your work. Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty tragic. No, we're here because we want to provide the community with something fun, and it's a passion that we have. So it's great for everybody.
What if somebody wanted to give money at the end of your performance?
Then they certainly could.
Do you pass a hat or something?
Well,
That'd
it's
be
not
kind
a hat,
of fun,
but no. Usually,
it's
what
a
we
big bucket.
It's just open the pocket.
Really? Yeah.
No. Usually, what we do is at intermission, we'll take a couple of the actors who are in the show and ask them to sort of go out in character, so to speak, to interact with the audience. It's sort of we want it to feel interactive. At one point, there's a play within the play in this play, and that some of the actors sit out amongst the audience to watch it. So we want it to feel like a community event.
Sure. If anybody's just joining us, you're watching another edition of Kiwanis Conversations. My name is John Maihos, and today I have two guests with me, at least for this segment, Greg Luzitano and Robert Ringuette. And they are with Striving Artists, and they have a website, strivingartists.org. Really kind of pleased to have an actor here. Usually, I have to do all the acting, I mean, I play the host
absolutely.
In this.
Well, thanks for having me, John.
Yeah. I thought maybe I could get some free tickets, but now I find out it's free.
I mean, you can have free tickets if you want. But
everybody gets free tickets.
It's not remarkable, so.
What does it take to put something like this on? Tell me about the practice. There's got to be a lot of overhead in time.
There is, yeah, absolutely. We started back end of April.
End of April,
End of April we started rehearsing, and 4 nights a week usually for a few hours a night.
Wow.
And obviously they have to do all the memorize. Although I'm in it as well, so I have to memorize. But just keeping track of everything and having the costumes built and the set pieces built and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of fancy stuff this year because you can't just go into a Salvation Army and pick up, an Oberon costume. It's not like where it's a play set in the army or. Do
you make your own costumes then?
We have people who are making them for us. Yes.
Oh, that's terrific. Now, do you pay for those, or do those also volunteer?
No, we pay for them.
You pay for them. Okay. So there's definitely need for funds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably it is the most expensive show we've done.
You don't get paid.
No.
Yeah, you don't get paid, and you do this. You get nothing.
No. Well, I get the satisfaction of a job well done.
So then you obviously have to have a job too.
I do. Yes. I
okay.
do, yeah.
It's not Starving Artists. It's Striving Artists. Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. So you have a regular job. You have a regular job.
Absolutely.
And for you, this is just something to do, something fun to do. And wow, how did you get started in this?
It started in theater in general, or
Yes.
I mean, I started acting when I was around 14, 15 years old, and then I would do it at my local high school, local community theaters, and other high schools there. I eventually went on to UMass Amherst, and I studied theater and English there. I teach now. I'm a high school teacher in Lawrence, and I'll be teaching some theater classes this summer. So come check it out.
Some check it in Lawrence.
Yes, in Lawrence.
Okay, right. Yep. It's not a bad drive at all.
Not too bad at all.
Well, it's a really exciting for me because before the show, we did a little taping of a few of the other actors who are in the play, and I'm kind of excited to say that it came out good. It was kind of a lot of fun to watch, and even better, we're going to have those actors on right after we see a small portion of their performance that's going to be at the Midsummer Night's Dream in July at Hale Farm. So maybe with, if everything works right now, let's take a look at their work.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou I fear hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? Thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart with their stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather feed his carcass to the hounds.
Oh, out dog, out cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
Oh, a privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so, see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to be really excited to talk to those actors because after seeing that, there are some words I didn't quite understand. I think they were they weren't raunchy, but boy, they were on the edge.
Well, you know.
Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, Shakespeare, the comedy is always sort of playing to the crowd.
Yeah, and it was. There was some
So
funny parts in that. I couldn't believe
exactly.
it. Now, Rebecca and Richard were the two actors in this, and we're going to have a chance to talk to them. But I am excited for striving artists to be performing again in Beverly at Hale Farm, and it's really been great fun having both of you on the first segment of Kiwanis Conversations.
Glad to do it.
You are watching Kiwanis Conversations today. My name is John Maihos, and we'll be back with those actors right after this word for Kiwanis International.
Every 9 minutes, a baby dies from tetanus. With tetanus, a newborn lives just a few days, marked by painful spasms, preventing even the comfort of a mother's touch. You can protect the connection. Kiwanis International is raising $110 million to eliminate maternal and neonatal tetanus. We need your help. Donate today. Protect the connection.
Welcome back to Kiwanis Conversations. I'm John Maihos for the Kiwanis Club of Beverly. You know, Kiwanis is a community organization. I'd like to just mention to you that you can be a member of the Kiwanis Club of Beverly. Volunteers are always needed, and there's a lot of things that you can do. We get involved with the elementary schools. We do bike safety rodeos. We have a pancake breakfast. We serve green eggs and ham, if you can believe that, in the spring, and so many other special projects that you might find interesting. You know, there are dues to Kiwanis. It's about $135 a year. But you do meet some great people. It's an opportunity to network in the community and do great community service. So if you do have some interest, please visit beverlykiwanis.org, beverlykiwanis.org, and I'll see you at a Tuesday meeting. Earlier in the show, we had two people, Greg Luzitano and, let's see, Robert Ringuette. I almost said Roger. That wouldn't have been good. But, and, you know, they told us all about what they're doing in the Striving Artists performance of Midsummer Night's Dream. And then, if that wasn't good enough, we saw a clip with you folks doing a piece of it. Now, those aren't the costumes you're going to wear at the performance.
No,
are they?
no.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going shopping for that this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, we had this, our whole set today was broken down. We used the same studio, and you just did it like that, you know, with no preparation whatsoever.
Yep.
Oh, wait. How long have you been practicing that? How long has it taken you to get to what you just did for us?
Well, we started rehearsals at the end of April, and so it's been almost 2 months, but...
Just about, absolutely, yeah.
Now, Rebecca, I mentioned your name earlier in the first segment of the show, and Richard, we mentioned your name, but let me please welcome you to the show today. Thank you very much for being with us. Sure. And as two actors in Striving Artists, I guess I'd like to know what inspired you to get involved in theater? If we could start with you, Rebecca.
Sure. Well, I mean, I've been acting since I was in elementary school. You know, I started doing small musicals and things like that. And then in college, I actually did major in theater and communications.
Where did you go to college?
I actually went to school at the University of New Hampshire.
Okay, UNH, great.
Yeah, UNH.
Oh, terrific. So it's a great place for theater?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, that's
I
wonderful.
had the best professors. I learned so much, and they really just, I mean, you become like a little family there. It's really fantastic, and they really choose great material to do as well.
Although I don't think we have a Kiwanis presence, it's called Circle K International, is in colleges across the country. Maybe UNH is a great place to be.
Definitely.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Well, I went to WPI, Worcester Polytech Institute, and I majored in biomedical engineering.
So it's a perfect match.
Oh, of course, you know.
You got to get through those tests somehow. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I got to spend
Just
some
act your
time.
way through it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and actually, you know, the way I got into theater actually was when I was in elementary school, just like Rebecca over here. I was in second grade and I played the littlest angel. And I remember being up in front of so many people and
Saying, I like this.
and started crying and bawling my eyes out and said, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Someone want to be a fireman, you just said, I want to cry my eyes out.
That's right.
Yeah,
and well, you know, I continued and I got better, and I realized, you know, there's a lot to learn when you do different things and different plays. There's always something that you can take out of it, and there's an understanding when you're with a group of people who are also understanding what you're doing and able to appreciate what you're doing.
So Striving Artists, then somehow you got involved with that after college, and I assume you both have jobs as well, and it's not in theater, maybe not, I don't know, maybe it is.
Not for me, no.
Not yet, right?
Not yet,
So you're a real,
right.
did you get a job in your field out of college?
Well, you know, it's an interesting story. Well, you know,
We only have like 15 minutes.
right, yeah. You know, what happened is I decided that I wanted to go for my PhD MD. And so there's a little bit more classes that I need to take. So I'm taking them at UMass Boston, Curry College, wherever I can really get the places that I need to. And then I'll kind of move forward on my goal to med school and work that out.
So you're not a professional actor, but you are a professional student, apparently, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's good. And no, that's terrific. And I hope you do succeed in that as well as you do your acting. That's kind of cool.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. How about yourself?
Well, I'm working in Boston right now in customer relations.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm actually going to be, hopefully this spring, going for my master's in Simmons College for my master's in library science.
Oh, once in college, always in college.
I know.
So that's good. How did you both connect up with Striving Artists?
I actually saw an ad on Facebook. I had been looking for a show to be in this summer because I missed it, and I saw the production was going to be in Salem, which was perfect for me because I live up in Newburyport. And so I came out and auditioned, and it was the best thing that's happened to me all year.
And yourself?
Well, so I was doing another play. It was a MASH, and you know, it's about the Korean War in the 1970s. It was like a comedy, and I ended up working and knowing a couple of people who knew Greg, and so he sent him my picture. Said, "Oh, you know, he'd be great to play in our production." So that's how I kind of just got with them.
Greg Luzitano, for anybody just joining us, was on the earlier segment of Kiwanis Conversations, and he is the kind of overall guru of Striving Artists. Would I get that right?
The
Is that a
artistic
technical
director,
term?
right.
Artistic director. Okay, I knew there was another way to say it. Now, are you folks ready for, you're going to be performing July 13th and 14th, and this is about a month out from the performance, and it's going to be at the Hale Farm in Beverly. So I know people are excited about it, and if they wanted to learn more about it, I think Greg mentioned the website was strivingartists.org. They can go out there and see that. But are you ready for this performance? What more do you have to fine-tune? That looked pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I mean, well, costumes could have been better, but
Should have known. Well, you know, I mean, we do still have a month left of rehearsals, and there is obviously a lot more to do. We actually start run-throughs next week of, you know, the first act and second act. So I think for our lines, at least, you know, we're mostly off book for them, but it's going to be really great because there's so many different segments of the show that not even all of the actors are called at every rehearsal. So getting them all together and kind of running through the whole thing without giving notes and without just kind of flawlessly, is going to be interesting.
And you said off book.
Yes.
So there must be a script that you actually start with, and then you finally get comfortable. You can kind of put that away, and you call that the book.
Off book is kind of the term for having your lines memorized.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Have you ever gotten to the point where you get your lines memorized, you're in the performance, and all of a sudden you say, "Oh, wait a minute! I just thought of med school. Oh, my goodness. Where am I?" You know.
And then you're thinking to yourself, "What am I doing now?"
Right. Does that happen?
It has happened. I don't think it's happened to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, of course it's never happened.
when you're acting,
Yeah.
you have to try to be in the scene, and you try to understand, what are you trying to portray, and for you to not be thinking about, what's going on. The lines should just be coming to you. It should be second nature, and once you're able to kind of develop that kind of charisma, I think that I have with Rebecca. We just go into it and we just enjoy what we're doing.
Well, this is really exciting for anybody just tuning in. You're watching another edition of Kiwanis Conversations, and I have with me guests today from the Striving Artists organization at strivingartists.org. They're going to do a performance this summer here in Beverly at the Hale Farm, and it is called A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's a Shakespearean play, and if you just saw that skit, the scene they just did, I better get that right, then that's great. If not, Kiwanis Conversations does repeat through the month, so make sure you catch it. So tell me about the whole concept of what you just did. I mean, there were parts in there I kind of wanted to laugh. I said, "Is that supposed to be funny? Was I supposed to want to laugh?"
Absolutely, it's a comedy.
I mean,
so
I didn't get some of the words. I got to admit, they're kind of off there. I was wondering what word we might use in today's words. But tell me about your character.
Well, my character is Hermia, and she is kind of a preppy daddy's girl, stubborn.
So they had those back then too?
Oh yeah, all the time. Well, that's the thing. Shakespeare's so great because it's really timeless. You can do a Shakespeare show in any kind of century or location, and it'll still make sense.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah, so it's pretty interesting, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah. So people will relate to this even today. Young people can go to this play, and when I say young people, how old was your character in this particular performance?
In the performance, I don't think we've really established ages, but I would say we're probably high school teenagers.
Okay. Would a high school teenager of today come to this and say, "Wow, that's me," or
absolutely.
"Wow, that's my friend"?
They might be surprised. I tell you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
Definitely.
And so, can I ask, what's the ending? Everybody knows the ending. I mean,
everyone lives happily ever after.
Oh, as always. No spoilers here because this has already been performed many times.
Certainly.
So that's kind of cool. How about your character?
So my character.
You look like you were flirting. I mean.
Well, I guess that's a good thing, right? The fact is my actor is Demetrius, and he is kind of an arrogant, very pompous individual, and he comes from money, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he does everything that he does with the intent of making money, and Hermia is the daughter of a business transaction that I'm trying to get into. We're supposed to.
So
be
you're
married into
networking.
family. Oh yeah, big time, And so it was interesting, and you enjoy, that scene as it goes along. That she doesn't really love Demetrius, and that she really loves this other character, Lysander, and it doesn't matter to me what she likes. What matters to me is that this business transaction takes place, and we can continue with our lives in luxury.
Got to close the deal. Got to make the sale.
You got it.
Yeah. So this is really going to appeal to an awful lot of different people if they understand all these things.
Certainly.
That's I think it's going to be kind of fun.
It's going to be very fun. I have to say, I pretty much spend the entire rehearsal process laughing my ass off.
What comes after this?
What comes after the show?
Yeah, after the show.
I'm not sure what they're doing next. I think it's a play called Love. If I'm correct.
I think so. I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, for you personally, not. I mean, do you have another show in mind?
I'm hoping to do this company again, certainly. But as far as things go right now, I don't have any plans in the works.
And yourself? Med school, you got a lot planned there.
I do. I absolutely do.
Master's degree, law, med school.
You gotta think about the future, of course.
Right.
And right now, I'm working on taking more classes at UMass Boston, and hopefully, I can get the pre-med requirements out of the way, so I can get my journey all set on the road for myself.
Yeah. Well, it sounds really exciting. And just to remind folks who are watching, tell us again the name of the play.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
And where is it being performed?
Haverly in
Beverly.
Haverhill.
Right. You blew that line.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I messed up.
We didn't have that one memorized.
I know. So it's Hale Farm in Beverly.
Farm
yeah,
in
which
Beverly.
could be called Haverly. Yeah. And the dates?
The dates are in Beverly. It is the 20th.
July 13th.
July 13th and 14th.
Excellent. Okay, see,
Jeez,
you just
Put us
need
on the
some
spot like
prompting.
that.
I know, some
That is good.
prompting. I know. That's really good. Well, I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was really an honor to have you two here, and also earlier to have Greg and Robert join us and tell us all about what Striving Artists is doing. And did you know that he's an actor too? They're both actors too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, so
we
you
have
work
rehearsals with them.
How many people in the whole group? Any
It's
idea?
good.
About
12, 14 people
wow,
working
so you got to
together.
really get
I
along.
think it's even
Oh,
more
yeah,
than
yeah.
that.
And ultimately, we found out how good you got along on the day of the performance.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, thanks very much for joining me on Kiwanis Conversations. Really great, and
Thank you.
wish you best of luck. And I think I'm supposed to say, what, break a leg or something like
There
that?
it is. You got it.
Yeah, you've been watching another edition of Kiwanis Conversations. My name is John Maihos for the entire Kiwanis Club of Beverly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Look around, the changes catch your eye, and you come to realize one can make a difference. Reach out, stand out, find out what it's all about. See it all, stand tall, be there to catch them when they fall. Life is bigger than just one. But one can make a difference. Nothing changes quite as much as change, and the things we rearrange, trying to make a difference. Reach down, deep down, look at the sky of another town. Listen well, the wind will tell you something good is in the air. Oh, life is bigger than just one. Oh, but one can make a difference. Life is bigger than just one, but one can make a difference. life is bigger than just one, but one can make a difference.